いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
Really, guys?
いらっしゃいませ。
Starving. It's pretty tasty. Thanks.
ありがとうございます。
Back already, Yagamishi. How are you feeling after last night? That shockwave from the...
Oh, yeah. That was something else.
I bet, tough guy. Come.
Doc, you made it. We've been asking around if anyone's seen Kuan.
You don't want to know how that went.
No leads, huh?
Pretty much. Soon as they spot Kuwana, they're gonna make their move.
Kawana gave this to me yesterday.
Isn't that Toshiro Ehara?
Yep.
What the?
Can you take a look at it, Tsukumo? I get the feeling it's no ordinary pendant.
Certainly. Not handing it over to...
He won't mind, will he? Besides, I damn near got blown...
Speaking of, Yagamishi, what's the status of Ehara's sexual battery trial?
Saori-san's... If they accept the case and it goes to trial, they'll find out about Kawana one way or another.
And that'd put Reiko Kusumoto in public security.
Right. If Kawana and his murders come to light, and if that happens...
Interesting.
Everyone wants their own brand of justice. If we don't handle this, public security...
Then...
Gonna head to Ahara's...
I'd argue the circumstances. I can't help but consider how grand...
Seriously. But exposing... We can't just stay quiet and watch.
Can you guys keep an eye out for Kawana and Ijincho? I need to go over Ahara's case with Saori-san.
10-4. Will Amp...
We're going too, Sukiura.
らっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。 いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。
Wow, looks like we've got a full house.
Shirosaki-sensei asked me to come by. She said they needed some business handled while you were out of town.
I find it hard to believe she'd put it that way.
Maybe not.
Yagami-san, you're just in time. I think we should conduct another interview with...
Okay, but
If we want to claim he's innocent of that, then we need to prove he's the one who murdered Mikoshi. But since the murder footage isn't admissible in court...
Basically, we need new evidence.
so your plan is
I know it's a...
I'd like to come.
Excuse me? If I have to be
I'd prefer if you addressed me as...
mouth on this kid.
Ehara only seems to. So, if you talk to him.
I'll see what I can get out of him. Having no...
Sounds good. Oh, and look after
Sure,
yourself.
but Mafuyu, should you even be here? Won't the prosecution think you're dumb?
What do you mean? I am just here to get dirt on.
I still have some prep. I'll call you as soon as...
Sure thing.
I'm going even though they're separate. Oh, and Higashi-san will be there.
Really, guys? And stay down. Really, guys?
Sorry for keeping you, Yagami-san.
And Kamrocho.
If you please.
Well, isn't that just the worst? I was hoping it'd be played in court for all to see.
Yeah, and if it was, it would prove your innocence and overturn your battery conviction, no problem. But the prosecution flat out refuses to accept you murdered Mikoshiba. There's no room for error. You could flat out confess and they would refuse to accept it.
Excellent. In the end, they'll lock me up for battery, and I'll get away with murder.
Yeah. We know all about what you and Kawana planned. We just don't have the evidence to prove it.
My condolences.
Which reminds me, you said you'd confess to killing Mikoshiba after you got out of prison, right? Then, as icing on the cake, you'd admit the battery charge was false and humiliate the law for letting a murderer walk free.
Exactly. The public must know that the law can't be trusted. Personally, I hope the media hops all over it.
I bet you do. So when that time comes, you'll need some decisive evidence of the murder so your confession holds water. Maybe you've got something like that in your back pocket already? Because we'd sure look good if we had some new evidence to take into the appeal.
That's why I told you I wouldn't admit to the murder in court.
Handing it over? So you're saying there is still a piece of evidence we don't know about?
What is it, Har?
Even if there was, you'll never get your hands on it. Didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Maybe it's a piece of Mikoshiba's body. Would you hide something like that?
Well, was he missing any body parts?
No, nothing indicates.
Maybe it wasn't a missing body part.
Even if it was, that would hardly constitute. Hair could have come from anywhere or anyone.
I suppose.
The murder. Kanagawa PD said the weapon used to kill me.
Yet it appears in the footage without a doubt as a knife. If it wasn't found at the murder scene, it's highly likely.
Any normal criminal would have just ditched it somewhere. Except you're anything but. You got revenge for your son, and you want to publicly humiliate the law for letting you pull it off.
Your point?
If you were cleared of the battery charges and confessed to Mikoshiba's murder without evidence, no one would buy it. You'd need something convincing. Busting out the weapon no one's found. That one piece of evidence would...
Well, look at you go.
Well, right after killing Mikoshiba and Ijincho, you had a accomplice.
And if that's the case, there would have...
Yeah, so...
That's it?
Kawana's vanished. Public security found...
Public security?
Kawana wanted me to tell you he won't make it to the end of...
So, I'm the last man standing. I never expected this.
At this point, he won't be able to outrun them. If public security catches him, he'll get burying him will be the least they do.
What do you mean? What's going on?
You remember last time? If you don't recall, I said you'd grab the tiger by the tail.
And your tiger is public security?
Right. And they're out there on the warpath. Everything has to be brought into the light. We need what you did to be exposed. Kawana can't be saved in any other way. I need your help, Har-san.
Then you lose. I'll never admit to killing Hiro Mikoshiba in court. The system can die. It threw Toshiro away, and I won't lift a finger to save it. Kawana-san knew how this could end. We have our convictions. When this started, we knew it could end up costing our lives.
You knew going in, huh? And that's all? Is that what you tell yourself so you can sleep at night?
Maybe it is.
Yagami-san. Do you remember my original request? To look into both the Hara incidents? I asked you to look into the train event, and then I asked you to look into Hiro Mikoshiba's murder. And now, I'm afraid I have to make one more request of you. Do you still carry your defense attorney's lapel pin? At Hara-san's trial, I'd like you to take the floor with me to defend him. It's going to be eventful. I think we should go as a team.
Sure about that? You know, my legal counsel isn't cheap.
I'll let Genda-sensei know about the invoice.
You got it. Count me in. You never know when something like this will happen. Check it out. I always have it on me.
I know that.
Huh? You do? Hello?
Doc, where you at right now?
Just got back to Yokohama, actually. You weren't spying on me, were you?
You just noticed? Everywhere you... Over at the Leomon
Oh,
place.
right.
Make your way over, will you?
Well, look at you
Yeah,
taking
don't
charge.
you-
And stay down. Really, guys? What a waste. Starving. Pretty tasty, thanks.
ありがとうございました。
Really, guys?
Unedited.
And stay down. Looks like the gang's all here.
Everyone but the star of the show.
That is next level ass kissing, Hoshino-kun.
A good
Welcome back, Yagami.
Nice. So you really...
Just to give Sari-san some support.
Ah, I see. Does that mean I don't need to be present?
Huh? How?
Yagami's there, I don't... You're on thin...
I have been plenty
Did
used...
a lawyer really have to say...
Man.
Hoshino-kun.
Yeah.
Turns out, after her son took his life, only reason she hasn't divorced him.
She's been living in that same apartment. She let us light some incense on his altar.
Did Ahara's battery charge come up?
She said she didn't care.
She didn't care her husband was out there groping women and killing
According to her...
Really?
Well, there's no easy way to put it, but it felt like she'd given...
Made for a pretty depressing...
So where's Kawana?
Yeah. RK's out there.
On the flip side...
Well, yes.
You think Kawana-san?
Alive? Yes. When I saw him, he was already... But the real problem is now that he knows Reiko Kusamoto betrayed.
I'd never let that slide. Maybe Kawana's thinking the same thing. Maybe he's really gonna...
Yeah, I could tell. What's the word on?
Everywhere they stare.
Plus,
Harassing.
you know, then another...
That's some...
Oh,
Soma?
nah. It's...
Especially.
That about wrap it up?
Seems so. As for me, I think...
Same.
Tsukumo-san and Sugiura...
Yeah.
Black belt in karate.
Well, I'm just more of a... Anyway, I'm heading back...
What about you, Talk? Want to call it an...
No skin off my...
So, what'll it...
If I can really stay the night. Excuse me.
ありがとうございました。誰だ？
And stay down. Really, guys? What a waste. Really, guys?
Unedited.
What a waste. Oh, you morons. Really, guys?
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
Hey, Yagami. Really? Good, cause he's upstairs. Tsukumo-kun, Yagami-san's here.
Something up?
Yes, it's about the pendant Kawana-san gave you. Turns out, it was just a decoy after all.
Decoy? For what?
For what was inside. This. The cracks in the pendant were hiding an SD card, and on it was some video data.
Video data? Of what exactly?
It's the footage of Ihara murdering Hiro Mikoshiba.
That doesn't make sense. Why would Ark, and all for a video?
Yes, except the video on that card, in layman's terms, with no additions or modifications.
What do you mean? And how do you know for sure?
So this SD, you can't usually buy it in stores. If you were to take a picture with a digital camera, the images saved on this SD card couldn't be edited or deleted. It's what forensics teams use when photographing crime scenes. Which means what we have here is unaltered footage of Mikoshi.
That means it would qualify as evidence in a...
Yeah, I'd say you have room to negotiate with at the very least. It beats in it.
Hey, think this'll...
Well, I can't guarantee that. The video on here is the sole original. That's why he'd only leave it in the hands of someone he trusted.
Kawana asked me to give this to Ihara.
Sure, but he had to know. Maybe it's Kawana-san's way of entrusting. After all, with public security after him, and seeing how he's on the run, he had to find a way to get that into Ihara-san's hands. Which I think is why he left it all up to you.
And it's settled. It's about time I expose everyone involved in Mikoshi. Ihara, that's the first step to luring...
And I believe the SD card...
So hey, look... Hey, I'm sorry to bug you.
Matsu?
I was talking to the MRC guys earlier. They said you'd be at this
Everything okay?
Well, Akane started, so I figured I should...
Sounds like a tricky situation.
Akane's that girl you hung out with all the time, right? So, wanna tell me more about these shady guys?
They're these thugs from Tokyo. RK, they're called. They've been flirting with her.
Okay.
They got her so comfortable, she blurted out some stuff about you.
Well, that's not... Rolling with RK is bad news. She needs to stop.
I knew it. So they actually...
What's really going...
They asked Akane which student you cared about the most.
What?
So she... kinda blurted out Koda's name.
She did what?
Yeah. Even Akane knew she messed up. So she... Yagami-san, you've been mixed up with RK, right?
Can you try to get in touch with her?
Actually...
What about Akane?
Oh.
Hello?
Akane.
The last place Mikoshiba-sensei was.
Huh?
I'm with RK. We're at the building where Mikoshiba-sensei's body was found.
Why?
Matsun, are you with Yagami already?
What? How do you know about that?
It's Yagami. Is Koda-san there too?
She is. Yagami-san! It's me, Koda! Please, help me!
This Yagami? Come on over and we'll play. You know the place, right?
Who is this?
Not important. Better hurry, or else Kodo-chan will have to entertain us. Know what I mean?
Hey! Stop it! No!
Don't! What What the hell do you want?
Come down and find out. Oh, I'm sure this goes without saying, but if you go to the cops, these girls are as good as dead.
Do you guys even understand what you're doing right now?
Better hurry.
What's happening?
Matsuki, you stay here.
I'll contact Kaito-san and Higashi-san for help. And I'll fly my drone.
Perfect.
Let's go, Yagami-san. Hurry up, or I'm leaving without you.
Really, guys?
Yeah, let's go. I thought I could keep up.
What's up?
Yagamishi, this is Tsukumo. Koda-san and Akane-san are with some men.
Where's Kaito-san and Higashi?
Them. They're on their...
Hey! He's here! It's Yagami!
Talk. This where those RK guys are holed up? He's Soma with them?
Nobody's had eyes on him yet. Just a sec. Tsukumo?
I've confirmed the enemy position, Yagami-shi. They have our 2 young hostages surrounded, so a head-on assault would be too dangerous. Naturally, I've already come up with some countermeasures we can run. Would you care to hear my plan?
You always come through, man. Okay then. Walk us through it.
Wow. Look who decided to show up. Too scared to come with all your little bodyguard buddies?
Not like you've got room to talk. How many shitheads does it take to watch these girls?
I never thought it would end up like this. You believe me, don't you?
Yeah. But we'll have to save the lecture for after all this is over. You'll be free soon. That goes for you too, Koda-san.
You so sure about that?
You kidnapped them to get to me? Well, here I am, so let's go.
We did lure you here, so we can beat your sorry ass to death.
Okay, then. So what was your plan? Throw all these guys at us as soon as we kick down the door?
We're smarter than that, you know.
Yeah. We knew you'd have some backup!
Here comes! Let's take out the trash! Yagami! Hands where I can see them! And same for you two!
Hey, calm down. I've got one more thing. I'm not a big fan of guns.
Huh? Shit! Up there!
Face the wrath of Ijitsu Yokohama 99! The wicked shall be smited and retribution shall be swift!
You're dead!
Come on. Did you really think one gun was enough to take out a crew like us? If you did, you were wrong.
You two sit tight a little longer. But just to warn you, I'm gonna go hard on these guys. You wanna see some asses kicked? Don't blink, okay?
Let's get going. I want him down before the smoke clears.
Yeah. Come on!
Let's go. Step away from the window. I shall assist you. We are ready to go! We are ready to go! Here we go! Here we go!